Just when you thought the left couldn't go any lower, they get a shovel and start digging.
And I want to push that right here in Mississippi, because I think this is an important point. You know, come a general election, presidential candidates don't come to places like Mississippi. Yeah. Well, my view is that every vote matters. And that means get rid of the Electoral College and every vote.
Inflation. Flyover states aren't worthy of our time or our campaign dollars. We would rather campaign on the coast, where there's a higher concentration of people. Plus, we know those deplorables in the Midwest won't support our insane policies. So, why set foot in Mississippi when I can just go to San Diego and get all the votes in one area? They're not fooling anybody. You know, I would have a whole lot more respect for them if they could just be honest and say what it is. Just say, you don't like the middle of the country. You don't like people who believe in traditional family values. People who believe in God. People who don't want socialism. People who want low taxes. People who like guns. People who want to be left alone. You don't like those people. Just be honest. You want the people on the coast. You want the people in the blue cities. So trying to make it sound like, oh, every vote counts. We need to expand and get rid of the Electoral College because every vote counts. What that really means is you don't care about the votes in the middle of the country. So changing the Electoral College doesn't mean you're suddenly going to go visit these flyover states. It just means you don't have to feel guilty about flying over them because you know that you can win the election on the popular vote. Wouldn't it be hilarious if the pendulum swung the other way? If they got their way in 2020, we abolish the Electoral College and then Trump wins the popular vote? They'd be screaming for the Electoral College.
I myself have always been for lowering the voting age to 16. I think it's really important to capture kids when they're in high school, when they're interested in all of this, when they're learning about government.
Translation: we've become too extreme and too radical and too un-American, so people with developed brains will not vote for us. The only way we can get reelected is by targeting the youth. So we will partner with their Marxist teachers to help them understand why Democrats need more power and why America doesn't need to remain a sovereign nation and why we need to pass the Green New Deal. They're not fooling anybody. We all know that kids are just vessels for whatever propaganda you push on them. They're not going to push back. If you tell them that banning the AR-15 will make school safer, they'll believe it because they're kids. Think about how easy it is to get them to skip class and go march in the streets to demand the change of their own enslavement. Nowadays, people march to have their rights taken away. And you know that these 16-year-olds and even 18-year-olds, because they're still in high school, would still probably vote Democrat because the left controls the curriculum. That's bad enough. Again, stop being fake and just say it like it is. You want 16-year-olds to vote because you think that they'll vote Democrat. If you even had the slightest idea that they would vote Republican, you'd be totally against it. And oh, by the way, you wouldn't be bringing this up if Hillary were elected. It wouldn't even be important. If anything, the freaking voter age needs to be lifted. Get some experience under your belt. Spend about 5 years in the real world paying real taxes, not living under mom and dad's roof. Get past college. Better yet, don't even go to college. And then let's talk. You see, now that this clown car is damn near empty, the clowns that are out on stage are trying to impress us. They're starting to juggle. They're starting to jump through hoops of fire. You know, they're doing all these acrobatic things, contorting themselves, supporting insane policies that nobody with common sense could get behind. That's the only way they can win. Is they got to throw as much mud at the wall as they can and see what sticks. Like I said, this is like that liquidation sale that you see when you're driving along the highway and you see all these big bright signs like 70% off, buy one, get 4 free. The only reason they're bringing this up is because Hillary lost. This is all because Hillary lost. Because Hillary lost in 2016, that's why you want to expand the Supreme Court. That's why you want 16-year-olds to vote. That's why you want illegals to vote. And that's why you want to abolish the Electoral College. Stop being fake, Democrats. You done messed up, and now the American people, we woke up and we saw it.
Every vote matters.